Hello, beloved Cancer, gentle guardian of the heart's deepest waters and compassionate intuition. A profound current of energy is now stirring just for you. This message from Zodiac of Mind arrives with one sacred purpose: to prepare your spirit for the most significant financial blessing you have yet to witness, set to unfold through a rare cosmic alignment on October 19th, 20th. We are not here to offer fleeting forecasts or empty encouragements. We are here to affirm that a financial miracle is already moving toward you, much like a protective wave, instinctively seeking its cherished shore. If you journey with me through these words, you will discover precisely how to claim this blessing with clarity, unshakable emotional security, and a deliberate, heartfelt intention. Have you ever experienced that peculiar sensation, as if a message found you rather than you, having sought it out, as though an unseen gentle hand guided your very click, your pause, your readiness to open? If so, understand this: your presence here is no random occurrence. This very moment, this profound message, this current of unfolding energy is not a coincidence, but a meticulously woven tapestry of your destined path. In this sanctuary of Zodiac of Mind, your deep intuition meets purposeful intention, and your spirit finds its true direction, aligning your inner wisdom with the vast cosmos. And today, gentle Cancer, the universe is not just presenting an opportunity, it is swinging wide, a doorway not in some distant realm, but deep within the quiet chambers of your own heart. Between October 19th and 20th, a unique financial portal is activating, specifically attuned to your sensitive sign. This energetic gateway, born from sacred interactions between the Moon, Jupiter, Mercury, and Uranus, speaks not of mere luck, but of profound emotional readiness. It is not a blessing you must chase relentlessly, but one that gently yet powerfully settles into the open hands of those who are truly present, deeply feeling, and consciously awake. The idea of millions is not a fantastical notion, but an energetic container within you. One you must consciously prepare to receive, shaping it with your truest emotional security and your most heartfelt aspirations. And in the unfolding wisdom of this video, we will illuminate exactly how to cultivate this readiness, utilizing sacred practices, energetic tools, and the resonant language of your own steady divine frequency. For the journey ahead holds transformations that are nothing short of breathtaking. If this message already stirs a deep knowing within you, please take a moment to honor this sacred exchange. By liking this video, leaving a comment below, and subscribing to Zodiac of Mind, you send a powerful signal to this community, to your own spirit, and to the universe itself that you are awake, you are ready, and you are actively participating in the abundant life awaiting you. Your support is the very current that allows this sacred work to reach more souls, to expand into more hearts, and to anchor a greater light into our collective field, much like a nurturing tide strengthening every grain of sand. There arrives a sacred juncture on every seeker's path, when what once offered comfortable stability begins to feel like a subtle stagnation. And for you, beloved Cancer, so beautifully attuned to the ebb and flow of emotions, to deep comfort, and to the sanctuary of safety, this moment often manifests as a gentle retreating, an endless waiting for absolute emotional security, or a quiet postponement. But what if this very week is not just a right time, but the right time? What if the season of waiting has now fully served its divine purpose? Astrologically speaking, the profound opening activating for you between October 19th and balance 20th is not merely a window of opportunity, it is a profound mirror. It reflects back to you the very places where you have gracefully outgrown old rhythms, outdated beliefs, and protective shells that now subtly restrict your natural flow and growth. As the moon and Jupiter stand in opposition, on the 19th you are gently invited to deeply feel into your own innate financial intuition. This is an invitation that transcends mere budgeting or conventional logic, asking you to listen not to your anxieties, but to your unwavering emotional resilience, not to your lingering doubts, but to your divine nurturing readiness. The emotions that surface may indeed surprise you, perhaps a surge of hope, a flicker of fear, or even a quiet, unshakable confidence you cannot quite name. You are called to allow these feelings to rise, for they are the very keys to the lock you have circled for far too long. Then, as this sacred energy flows into the terrain woven between the Moon, Mercury, and Uranus on the 20th, a potent spark becomes vividly visible. And this is not mere theory, but tangible, undeniable movement. That email, you weren't expecting the familiar face you haven't heard from in years, the persistent idea that simply refuses to leave your thoughts. These are not mere distractions, but precise directions. The nature of this alignment ensures that your growing inner clarity will begin to attract external catalysts. Unexpected, yes, but never ever random. For these encounters are but echoes of your abundant future gently calling you forward. I have witnessed this sacred pattern many times, a soul standing right at the threshold of their familiar world, hesitating not from any lack of inner strength, but from having never truly witnessed what happens when they finally dare to say a resounding yes to their deepest self. I once guided a client, a thoughtful Cancer, who had quietly held back from sharing her nurturing creative gifts for years, telling herself she needed more emotional safety, more reassurance, or a sign that felt absolutely secure. What she truly needed was not more waiting, but sacred permission. And one quiet day, a stranger reached out referencing a blog post she had published years before, asking if she still offered her services. She wasn't actively doing so, but in that moment of profound alignment, she said yes anyway. And that single courageous response became the very doorway to her new fulfilling life. Not because the message itself was magical, but because she finally allowed herself to be what she was meant to be. This beloved Cancer is your season to embrace a profound willingness. Not just a willingness to receive, but a deep willingness to respond to life, to your own wise soul, to that persistent whisper that insists you are unequivocally done with waiting. The truth is, most doors do not swing open because we knock with perfect precision. They open simply because we dared to approach them at all. Faith is not a feeling reserved for moments of absolute clarity. It is the courageous action we choose when the path ahead is cloaked in mist, when the fog obscures every step save the very first. That is why I gently remind you, always clarity is rarely the missing piece. Courage, gentle soul, is. For in the soft shroud of the fog, you do not need the entire map. You only need enough trust to recognize the sacred invitation. And this week, that invitation may arrive as a sudden soft nudge, an unexpected message, or a burst of knowing that rises in the midst of your familiar routines. The purpose is not to frantically chase the moment, but to meet it with a steady breath, open hands, and just enough trust to whisper, "If this is the door, I am walking through it." This Cancer is what true spiritual alignment feels like. Not the crash of lightning or flawlessly timed events, but the quiet, profound permission to gently begin again. The courage to believe that you are truly ready right now, If you find yourself needing a gentle anchor amidst the currents of your daily life, try this sacred practice. Each morning before your feet even greet the floor, whisper to yourself, "I receive what is already mine." Then allow yourself to simply observe how your day begins to softly bend itself around that undeniable truth. For you are not here merely seeking approval. You are here, beloved Cancer, to activate the path that has already been meticulously prepared for you. The cosmic alignment is real, and the timing is profoundly sacred. Yet it is still you who chooses to say yes, shifting from a passive hope into active nurturing preparation. Hope often gazes outward, waiting for something to arrive. But preparation, gentle soul, is inherently different. It signals a deep belief, a calm confidence that quietly affirms, "I may not see it yet, but I am ready. I am actively preparing." This profound phase of your journey, Cancer, is not about chasing after the blessing. It is about holding sacred space within yourself for it to gently yet powerfully take root. And that bag for millions is not a literal object, but a resonant vessel of readiness within your energetic field, exquisitely shaped by how you choose to prepare. Whether you lovingly select a cherished keepsake box, a humble wooden box, or a simple envelope of handwritten affirmations, the chosen symbol itself becomes a living bridge between your purest intention and its tangible unfolding. Sacred rituals like these are far more than mere decoration. They serve as potent anchors, gently stabilizing your frequency and offering your physical being a tangible reference point for what you are wholeheartedly welcoming. By placing affirmations where your eyes meet them daily, beside your bed, on your desk, or nestled within your journal, you invite not just your fleeting thoughts, but your entire sensory being into a state of profound receptivity. This is not superstition, beloved Cancer, but the harmonious merging of neural reprogramming with energetic coherence. For the clearer and more consistent your internal message, the swifter and more gracefully life responds. Preparation in this sacred context is never a performance. It is a profound prayer in motion, not whispered in desperation, but deeply lived through deliberate, gentle care that lovingly reshapes your entire inner landscape. Even a simple vessel for wealth can trigger subtle, yet powerful upgrades within you, making you more intentional, more keenly alert to opportunities, and more discerning in your financial choices. This is where the old paradigm of scarcity begins its graceful shift into radiant sovereignty, echoing a timeless principle woven into the very fabric of everyday faith. Those who prepare are the ones who truly receive, not because they are inherently more deserving, but because their energy exquisitely aligns with what has been patiently waiting for them. We witness this truth everywhere. When a home is lovingly prepared for an honored guest, the very space itself transforms, becoming imbued with welcoming energy. And when the soil is meticulously tilled before the rains arrive, it drinks in every precious drop instead of resisting. So it is with your energy, beloved Cancer. When you prepare your inner field with meticulous care and loving attention, you stop subtly pushing away what is profoundly meant for you and begin to receive it fully without resistance. You become like a clear, illuminated runway for the very prayers you have been so faithfully sending out. And no, gentle soul, you do not need perfection here. You only need profound presence. Perhaps your version of the $1,000,000 bag takes the form of a simple shoebox filled with heartfelt notes of gratitude, or a digital folder where affirmations rest like dormant seeds, awaiting the touch of light. Perhaps it is a humble envelope with your vision tenderly written inside, and it truly does not matter what it looks like on the outside. What truly matters is the pure, unwavering energy you weave into it, the calm focus as you gently place it, the reverence in how you revisit it, the quiet pause each day, where you softly remind yourself, I am not merely hoping anymore. I am preparing. I am ready. Life does not bend toward desperation, but toward clear, unwavering direction. And the clearer your signal, the more effortlessly the sacred alignment falls into its perfect place. So allow your chosen vessel to be far more than just a symbol. Let it stand as a sacred promise to yourself, to your luminous future, and to the world that you are no longer waiting to be rescued. You are actively preparing to rise. And if doubt, that familiar whisper, attempts to creep in, suggesting it's too late, too distant, or too unlikely, pause, breathe deeply, and return to your steady center. Remember, preparation itself is both unwavering faith and a potent seed. And though it may seem small now, it carries within it the entire divine blueprint of what is magnificently coming alive. Some energies do not announce their presence with a shout, but hum softly, moving through colors, numbers, precise timing, and sacred space, subtle yet utterly unmistakable to those who consciously pay attention. And beloved Cancer, this is your sacred week to deeply tune in, because after gently opening your heart in part 1 and carefully crafting your symbolic vessel in part 2, your next profound invitation is to fine-tune your frequency to exquisitely mirror exactly what you wish to receive. This journey is less about constant outward action and more about deep inner attunement, allowing your outer world to echo the prosperity codes already softly whispering through your surroundings, your daily choices, and even the way you gracefully adorn yourself. Color, as simple as it may seem, is one of the oldest energetic languages, bypassing the logic of the mind and speaking directly into the body's emotional core. That is why embracing shades like silvery white soft pearl or a calming seafoam green this week is not merely about fashion but about profound resonance. Silvery white tenderly connects you to your lunar intuition and protective wisdom, dissolving fears tied to emotional and financial security, while soft pearl radiates a gentle, nurturing wealth, the kind of abundance that feels safe, cherished, and deeply comfortable. Calming seafoam green deeply roots your self-worth in unconditional self-care and carries it into the quiet confidence needed to welcome material blessings, gently reminding you that your very aura is an integral part of the sacred invitation. When you consciously wear these tones, you are not merely dressing for a role. You are lovingly teaching your body, your subtle energy field, and your emotional landscape to beautifully reflect what you have been so faithfully preparing for within. Numbers also sing with profound meaning beyond mere arithmetic, acting like sacred keys that unlock potent patterns of coherence. Noticing repeating numbers such as 69 or 888 is never a random chance, but a clear signal that deep alignment is gracefully unfolding. The number 6 gently invites you to rebalance your giving and receiving, asking whether you have perhaps stretched yourself too far without allowing reciprocal support to lovingly flow back in. The number 9 brings the powerful vibration of completion, showing up precisely when an outdated belief or a limiting self-image around money is ready to be gently released, not as a loss, but as a profound liberation. The number 19 is especially sacred for you this week, deeply aligned with the opening of your energetic window, gently calling you to trust your deep intuition and nurture your inner knowing. The number 20 carries the clarity of empowered emotional choice, that exquisite breath where you finally declare, yes, I am unequivocally ready. And 888 looping endlessly is the most potent of all the eternal rhythm of energy, boundless abundance, and benevolent karma, returning amplified to those who are receptive. The most extraordinary breakthroughs I have personally witnessed rarely begin with grand dramatic gestures. They so often start with something seemingly small, a subtle shift that changes everything. A gentle shift in the colors you choose to surround yourself with, a single journal entry penned after seeing the same sacred number appear again and again, or a soft prayer whispered while tying a silvery scarf. These are often where the profound conversation with the universe truly begins. One woman I worked with, after months of quiet financial struggle, kept noticing the number 888 everywhere she looked, etched into license plates subtly hidden in receipts glowing on phone numbers. She didn't dismiss it or demand a logical explanation. Instead, she paused long enough to recognize it as a direct, loving dialogue with life itself. She wrote the number down, offered heartfelt thanks, and began showing up to her business with the quiet, unshakable confidence of someone who already had abundance gracefully flowing. Within 3 weeks, an unexpected client arrived, opening a door that led to steady, abundant income, not through force, but through pure, resonant alignment. In a world that often rushes too quickly, it is all too easy to overlook these delicate, sacred cues. Yet when you gently slow down enough to deeply sense synchronicity, your entire experience begins its profound shift. The repeating numbers, the colors that soothe or energize your spirit, the dates that seem to glow on your calendar, they are all threads in a much larger ongoing conversation awaiting your conscious attention. And this profound conversation doesn't demand striving but sensing, not exhaustive effort but gentle awareness. So ask yourself now, beloved Cancer, which colors gently pull you close this week? Which numbers echo too often in your perception to be ignored? Which patterns feel like subtle whispers meant only for you? These are not mere accidents, but loving messages woven directly into your unique path, gently guiding you to stay aligned, alert, and profoundly receptive. If you feel called, share them in the comments, because when signs are witnessed together, their resonance grows even stronger, radiating through our Zodiac of Mind community. This week, your outer world is speaking with gentle, precise language, and your only sacred task is to respond to its subtle, loving call. The greatest transformations, beloved Cancer, often begin not with thunderous roars, but with the quietest of gestures. And now, after gracefully aligning your intention, meticulously preparing your sacred vessel, finely tuning your frequency, and taking that initial aligned step, your next profound invitation is to step into quiet, deliberate action. Not dramatic leaps or sudden jarring changes, but simple yet resolute steps that carry a louder frequency than words alone. The universe does not expect you to reinvent yourself overnight. It gently asks you to participate in the potent energy you have already so powerfully summoned. Because alignment without action, gentle soul, is much like holding a key without ever touching the door. And the door before you is already softly cracked open, patiently waiting for the touch of your hand. Many mistakenly believe that manifestation requires Herculean effort, yet time and again it responds most clearly to subtle yet exquisitely consistent signals. A phone call you've been meaning to make, an imperfect email courageously sent, a quick, insightful note, written down, a thoughtful blog post shared, or even a resume humbly submitted before you feel entirely ready. These are not mere errands to simply cross off a list, but profound declarations of energy. each one quietly affirming that you are willing to step into what your heart truly yearns for and deeply protects. And with every small, courageous action, you prove that you trust enough to simply begin. And that very trust itself, beloved Cancer, becomes the powerful currency of creation. There is a sacred story I hold dear from a past client who, like many Cancers, wrestled with the delicate balance of protection and expression, holding all the brilliant tools, profound knowledge, and deeply nurturing ideas, yet endlessly delaying her start. She kept waiting for an elusive sense of absolute safety, for an undeniable reassurance, for a sign clear enough to soothe every single doubt. That day in its absolute clarity never arrived. But one morning, in a brief, luminous spark of clarity, she chose something exquisitely simple. She posted a single vulnerable sentence online about an offer she had quietly hidden for 2 years. That single sentence drew a heartfelt comment. The comment graciously led to a meaningful conversation, and that conversation in turn gently opened the door to her very first paying client. From that moment, her momentum gracefully took over. She was not leaping blindly. She was simply responding to the gentle, persistent nudge that had been whispering to her all along. Action, beloved Cancer, does not need to roar to carry immense power. In truth, the most transformative steps often move quietly, entirely unnoticed by others, yet fully witnessed by the intelligent energy surrounding you. Think of each gentle effort like a single drop of water falling into a deep well. One drop may feel small, but together they steadily gather, slowly filling the vessel until it softly brims over. That overflow is what some mistakenly name luck, though you and I know it as radiant alignment compounding into visible, tangible results. So if you ever question whether your small, faithful steps truly matter, remember the wise gardener who plants a tiny seed without expecting a towering tree tomorrow, yet still waters it faithfully. They gently clear the weeds. They trust the hidden, profound process unfolding beneath the soil, never doubting that deep roots are steadily taking hold where their eyes cannot see. Your life, gentle Cancer, mirrors this sacred process. The text message you send the class, you courageously register for the thoughtful adjustment you make in your schedule to honor your deepest dream, each is a precious seed awaiting its destined harvest. Belief in their unseen growth, even when invisible, is the profound nourishment that allows them to gloriously rise. Every tradition of faith holds this ancient wisdom. Miracles are rarely born in absolute silence. They lovingly follow the footsteps of those willing to move. Those who act even while uncertain, who gently reach even through lingering hesitation, who allow themselves to bravely begin again though weary. Blessings may not arrive precisely on demand, but they so often find you in the quiet, unglamorous labor of preparing your sacred ground. So this week, beloved Cancer, softly ask yourself, what one small, deliberate step can I take today that profoundly honors the person I am gracefully becoming? Don't wait for the moment to suddenly shine with outward importance. Instead, allow it to become important because you showed up for it. One email, one message, one click, one gentle yes. These small, potent acts transform potential into tangible progress, and progress in turn into profound breakthroughs that hold steady. Keep showing up, for your energy is already diligently at work beneath the surface. And now your actions get to gracefully move in perfect rhythm with it. Not every message from the universe, beloved Cancer, arrives wrapped in thunderous pronouncements. Some of the most life-changing signs gently slip in softly, like a feather settling on your shoulder, so light you would surely miss it if you were rushing. That is why now, after so gracefully opening your energetic field to receive, meticulously preparing your sacred vessel, exquisitely tuning your frequency, and taking that first aligned courageous step, your next profound invitation is to shift from relentless doing into conscious noticing. You are no longer solely pushing your energy outward. This is the sacred moment to allow energy to gracefully find you, and it will. The gentle language of synchronicity speaks with quiet, profound precision. A stranger's words stirring a long dormant dream, a receipt subtly displaying 888 without logical explanation, or a bold, undeniable thought rising, while you are simply brushing your teeth, a thought that simply feels true. These are never accidents, but sacred fingerprints, gentle, loving confirmations from the unseen, softly reminding you that you are precisely on your path and something magnificent is aligning just out of sight. We often search for flashing signs, dramatic coincidences, or prophetic booming moments. Yet the deepest magic, beloved Cancer, usually hides within the gentle folds of the ordinary. This is precisely how energy moves, lovingly woven through your daily rhythm. Not to shock you into awe, but to quietly walk alongside you. The more profoundly present you become, the more these subtle signs gracefully gather around you, revealing a rhythm, a gentle pulse that grows beautifully familiar. You begin to understand that spiritual guidance doesn't shout. It whispers, inviting you only to listen with your whole being. One of the clearest examples came from a woman who shared with me that every time she felt lost or uncertain in her career, the profound phrase "make space" surfaced unexpectedly. She initially brushed it off until it echoed back in a podcast, appeared on a coffee cup, and arrived unbidden in a text from a friend who had no idea what she was quietly wrestling with. That simple phrase became her profound permission, the gentle courage to lovingly walk away from something that looked outwardly successful but was no longer aligned with her truth. A powerful sign intricately woven from repetition and perfect timing. When we slow down enough to consciously notice these delicate threads, we truly see that we are never abandoned but always gently guided. Not with force or coercion, but with subtle, exquisite finesse. There is a quiet, profound assurance in recognizing how intricately connected life truly is, an intimacy that grows between your spirit and the beautiful unfolding patterns around you. In that sacred space, decisions cease coming solely from fear or rigid logic and begin gracefully flowing from deep trust, gentle awareness, and a timing that feels almost impossibly perfect in hindsight. This is where divine wisdom and everyday life beautifully interlace, where faith doesn't mean sitting idly by but walking awake, sensing that life itself is constantly conversing with you. Even without formal religion, the knowing is the same when your heart is truly open and your attention clear. The exact sign you need appears precisely when you need it. So ask yourself now, beloved Cancer, what has been softly repeating itself in your life? A phrase, a number, a persistent feeling that simply won't let go. What if that is not merely a random thought, but something higher attempting to lovingly capture your attention? You do not have to immediately act on every single signal, but you can honor it, acknowledge it, offer heartfelt thanks to it, and allow it to gently settle like a seed in your deep awareness. And if you feel moved, share in the comments the most recent sign you noticed and when it gracefully arrived, because your unique story could very well be the gentle nudge someone else has been patiently waiting for. Keep your gaze soft, your breath steady, your awareness sharp, for the miracle is not waiting somewhere else. It is already stirring quietly, profoundly, in this very moment. Cancer, take a deep, honest breath with me now, one that is steady and expansive, filling you with the profound knowing that you have just allowed something immensely powerful to move through your very being. You have opened your energy to new boundless possibility, not only in thought, but in your entire vibration. You didn't just passively watch a video today. You answered a sacred invitation to remember who you truly are and what you are now utterly ready to receive. So often we delay waiting for absolute certainty or the elusive perfect sign. Yet true readiness rarely wears the cloak of complete clarity. It gracefully shows up as profound willingness. The universe has never asked for perfection, beloved Cancer, only for your genuine participation. And today, you have already shown up, which is more than enough. The million-dollar blessing whispered of in this message is not tucked away on some distant, inaccessible shelf. It is already unequivocally in motion. It is moving toward you through serendipitous conversations, profound synchronicities, sudden luminous insights, deep emotional releases, and ordinary moments, transforming into extraordinary ones simply because you were awake enough to notice. You have lovingly tilled the soil of your spirit with nurturing patience, and you have watered your deepest dreams with quiet, faithful hope. And now, beloved Cancer, the season of magnificent harvest is stirring. So here is my gentle yet firm encouragement. Do not leave this potent energy here. Carry it forward gracefully into every aspect of your life. Practice it in the smallest, most humble ways, allowing each gentle action to become a profound declaration to life itself. A soft whisper that affirms I am available for more. The colors you choose to wear, the loving words you speak to yourself, the genuine reconnection with someone dear, even the conscious decision to rest, let all of it be your energetic commitment to receiving. Remember, profound transformation never truly blooms from mere knowing alone. It blossoms when knowledge becomes lived, when the soft whispers of intuition are lovingly carried into your ordinary, everyday rhythm. So I ask you with utmost sincerity, how would your life beautifully change if you acted as though your blessing were already undeniably on its way? How would your voice sound? Who would you courageously reach out to? What subtle delay would you finally, lovingly release into motion? When you choose to deeply trust the quiet inner voice that so gently led you here, you create momentum not of force, but of profound magnetism. And that, beloved Cancer, is where the real unfolding magic truly gathers. It is found in the subtle courage to show up differently, starting in this very moment. So, Cancer, if you feel even the faintest stirring that something profound is shifting, that more is patiently waiting for you, that you are truly ready to rise, anchor it by sharing it here. Comment below, I'm ready to receive my million-dollar blessing. And let those words not just be typed, but truly felt, deeply owned, and powerfully activated. And if this message touched your spirit, gently reminded you of your inherent power, or ignited something beautiful inside you, I would be deeply honored if you supported this sacred space by liking this video, sharing it with someone you love, who may need this gentle reminder, and subscribing to Zodiac of Mind to stay connected. This is more than a video. It is a living, breathing community, and your radiant presence here is an essential part of its sacred heartbeat. Thank you from the very center of my heart for spending this precious time with me. You are not here by chance. You are here because a deeper part of you knows it is time. Time to stop waiting. Time to powerfully start receiving. And you, beloved Cancer, are fully worthy of the blessing already making its way to you. The door is wide open, your energy is exquisitely aligned, and the rest gentle soul is already being beautifully woven into place.